I wanted to apologize firsthand for making this video because, first off, I'm not sorry for what I'm about to say, but I know that there are a lot of people that are probably going to watch this video and say, what is wrong with him? Why is he doing this? Why is he saying this? And that's the truth. I didn't want to have to make this video, but here I am, and here I'm going. And if you think this is absolute waste of your time, don't watch it. I'm not gonna sit there, but here's what I'm gonna say, because I can't get this across my chest long enough, but I really do know what's going behind the scenes at the Major League Baseball. I know what's going on. This is obviously the first time the Cubs have made the playoffs, technically, since 2018. I know 2020 really doesn't count, but... And with that being said, they know, seeing what's already happened with the Yankees getting eliminated, there is nobody in the AL that's even profitable to be in the World Series. Houston didn't even make the postseason. The Red Sox got eliminated. The Yankees are now eliminated. Detroit is small market, but I don't think they're going to win. I think Seattle's going to win. Nobody wants a team who's never even really made a world. I don't even know if they made a World Series. I know they haven't won one. But nobody's going to want to watch Seattle because they're going to be the ones that everybody wants to win. And for the love of God, nobody wants a team out of the United States in there, even though they are a bigger market. Nobody's going to root for Toronto. Nobody. So, here's the thing. What does the MLB have to do to try to make their World Series profitable? They got to do everything they can to make sure LA has the easy path to get to the World Series. And why do they do that? Chicago has to win this series. LA, even though Chicago had a strong start, Chicago is definitely a weaker team compared to the LA Dodgers. The Milwaukee Brewers, now maybe the Dodgers would beat the Brewers if it ended up coming to that and the Brewers ended up winning, but I don't think so. I think the Cubs will come back and the Brewers will blow the series. I'm sorry. I said it was going to go to Game 5. I said that they were going to have nobody to pitch. I said they were going to start out great, and they were just going to completely... all the weaknesses that happened with the Cubs are going to come back in their favor, and it's actually going to pay back for the team. We know what the Brewers have done every single season. First, there is 2022. The Brewers were in position to make the postseason, and then Hader fell apart and they decided to trade him. And then they claimed he was the reason why we didn't make the postseason. Let's trade him and rebuild. And that resulted in some players. Great. 2023, after that season, Corbin Burns blows it. They trade him. Last year, Devin Williams blows it. Trade him. And what was the common thing? They all had one more year left on their contracts. Which guy is up next that has one more year left on his contract? Now, there's two of them. There's William Contreras and Freddie Peralta. Now, I feel like they'll have to keep William Contreras because he is... Obviously, they got Jefferson Carroll kind of finally coming up. He'll probably be the backup next year. He's going to take over as the starter because I think they're going to roll with William Contreras. They'll keep him next year. But Freddie Peralta is going to have the worst game today. And they're going to face Matthew Boyd, who plays better when he's actually not under a lot of rest. He was under a lot of rest, and they were smart enough to know that. Freddie Peralta is going to blow this game, as usual. They're going to blame him for the loss, and they're going to actually find an excuse to trade him, which is unfortunate. I don't get it. Why the Brewers would rather lose and rebuild. But wait, why would they rather lose and rebuild every season? Wouldn't your goal want to be to win a World Series? No, it's not. It is not to win a World Series. In fact, it is to maintain and be cheap, because that's what Mark Adonasio is. He doesn't care about winning a World Series. He just cares about the profit that he's getting from his fan base every season. They don't care about the players. They have never cared about the players. They just cared about themselves. That is why, even though Freddie Peralta Milwaukee took him in. And he's a great guy. I love Freddie. And they're because of the game that's going to basically make us lose this series against the Cubs. You know, because let's be real. Who's going to start Game 5? They have nobody. And the Cubs are going to bring in Cade Horton, and we're going to get smushed at home because their fan base is going to take over because the tickets haven't even gone on sale yet. So it's a lose-lose situation. If the Brewers don't win today, which probably isn't the case, they're not going to win today. Freddie's going to lose, and they're going to have an excuse so they can remain the way that they are every season, winning the division, being regular season merchants, and blah, blah, blah. Because, and let's be real, why do they want the Brewers? Why does the MLB want the Brewers to blow this series? I will tell you why. Because the Cubs are the easier team to beat. The Dodgers can beat the Cubs. The Brewers swept the Dodgers. And now they'll panic. They'll be like, oh my gosh, they might actually have to face the team that swept them. Milwaukee can actually take on this team. Oh my gosh, we have to do something about it. Hey Murphy, so if you blow this series to the Cubs, we'll pay you all the... So this is what Rob Manfred said. Hey Murphy, we will give you all these incentives, okay? And blah, blah, blah. You'll get Manager of the Year again. You'll get... you'll be able to get this money. We'll open up some stuff for you, so you're able to sign players and remain redundant every year. But then you can trade somebody. It's the way the Brewers stay relevant. You know, the only way it's not going to change is Christian Yelich ends his contract and that's it. But they're not going to get rid of Yelich. He's the heart and soul of the team. Chorio's the heart and soul of the team now. Those two are obviously the ones going to get paid for the rest of the time. I just do not understand it. Why they would rather... Because they don't care about winning this organization. They do not care. They just want the money. So, when the Brewers blow it today, and they blow it on Saturday, and lose to the Cubs... And why does it have to be Craig Counsell, too? It could have been any other team. And I would have been easily not as mad, but no, you had to do it to Craig Counsell. You just had to. Because you hate us so much, Rob. You hate us. But you know what? Because Mark will do anything to keep the Brewers relevant because of how much of a cheapie he is. You know what? Go ahead. Take the money and take the fame and do all this stuff and blah blah blah. We'll lose once again because truthfully, you don't want us to win. You just don't, because you want to. It's either going to be Seattle or Toronto or Detroit. Those are small market, and no one wants Toronto. If LA's in there, the World Series is profitable, and people are going to watch it. They want the easiest path for LA possible. And that's that. I hate to be the one to say it, but I called it. They were going to blow it. I didn't want to make a video about this, but that's the truth. And I'm sorry I had to say it. It sucks. This sucks. This whole situation sucks. My gosh, so I will come out with a video once obviously the season is over. Once they officially get eliminated by Chicago, I will come out with the video on Saturday talking about what they should do for obviously next year. A lot of this intake stuff is going to I'm already going to come out with this stuff because I don't want to put it in this next video. I have to say the truth, because truth is that's how it is. Freddie deserves better than this, man. We deserve better ownership, man. I hate this, that we are forced to blow a series against the Cubs for profit. It sucks. Just sucks. Alright, we'll see you next time.